guys, I know I've been, this is Mo, the bad back guy. I know I've been doing a lot of videos on just me blabbing. I'm sure you're sick of that, but as I mentioned, I hope this is a good shot and you can actually see me, but I wanted to mention one thing that I have and that I use is a back brace. And sorry if there's any rustling on the microphone, but the one I have, and I've tried a whole bunch of back braces. I've tried those cheap, crappy $20 ones they have at like Sports Authority or Dick's or Modell's or wherever, yeah, those are okay, but if you're dealing with some serious back pain, neck pain, you want to get something that's actually a little more meant for the job and something that's more fitted to you. There's all types of back braces. There's corsets, there's the ones that go underneath, and the ones that go above. There's really stiff ones, there's smaller ones, there's bigger ones. You get the point. But anyway, the main reason I came across this one, this is called Aspen. The company is called Aspen, A-S-P-E-N, like where you go to ski. I first tried this one about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and this is actually my second or third one. And the reason I really like it is because I don't know if you can tell or you can hear, but it has like a hard, kind of hard back part right here. And it's pretty tough and supportive. And I hope you can see it fairly well, but it's pretty tough and supportive. And then what it has is, like, I'm gonna put it on, and again, sorry for any noise, but basically I'm gonna try to show you how I put it on, and it might not be lined up perfectly just because of kind of in a tight space, but so I just put it on like this, and it has two main straps, and these are obviously Velcro. And so first I buckle this main strap like that, and you don't want it too tight because obviously you want to be able to breathe and you want to be comfortable. So I put this one just enough so that I can hold. I don't know if you can see it okay, but and I kind of line it up. You can adjust it to how you want. But you know, I usually keep it like at around this level over my gut, and then kind of here is where the bottom part will be like a little bit below sort of the buttock area. And the reason I like this one too is it has, I can't remember what they call it, but it's like a dual action or dual tightening or something like that. But basically there's two handles. This is, many back braces work this way, but this one, it's gonna start tightening as I pull, and they actually are tightening in different places. So I'm tightening this one here on the left, and then here's this one on the right. They kind of have separate areas where they tighten. I know I'm not giving a very good explanation, so sorry about that, but basically it allows you to kind of adjust like where you want it to be tight. So this one is, the left is connected to the bottom part, and you can kind of feel, I know you can't feel, but it'll actually start tightening around here. So if I kind of want more support in this bottom area, I'll tighten this one more. And then this top one is more for the top area. So depending on how my back is, how much pain I'm in, my posture, how I'm trying to stand, if I'm sitting in a car, you can actually adjust the amount of tightness that's in your back, the amount of support, by just adjusting these two right here. So sometimes I might actually keep this, like this one on the right, this is my right hand, I might keep it pretty loose so that it's just hanging on right there with the Velcro, and I'll keep this one much tighter if I kind of want more of that super low back support. And again, this is just the way I use it and the way I've gotten comfortable with it. And like I said, I've had this is my second or third one, and I actually went, found the company, and wow, this is my first. I'll include the link in the description, or if I can figure out how to do one of those things that comes across the screen. But this is a prescription brace. This isn't one that I got, just at the store. You'll need a prescription from your doctor. It's pretty straightforward. And then you'll go to a clinic or a medical supply clinic, or one of those places that does these. I actually, after my first one, I still have my first one, it's just like my backup, but after 10 years it kind of, wore out, and basically the Velcro wasn't sticking because I used it so much, so I wanted a second one. So I actually went out of my way to find the company, the model, and everything, and email them. And I believe they're out somewhere out west. I don't think they're in Colorado. Maybe they are, but I don't think so. But they don't sell them directly. They sell them through these different clinics and places. But you can find them. And like I said, I'll put it in the link. Yeah, if you're gonna, what I do with this is, it is kind of bulky. What I do is I basically, if I'm gonna take out the trash, or if I'm gonna do something that I know could potentially hurt my back or could aggravate it, I'll put this on. It gives you more support. You can feel it. I'm ready to box like Muhammad Ali or whoever wants to take me on right now, because I feel much more supported. And also it prevents you physically, it prevents you from making those stupid or bad body mechanic movements where you might, just sloppily, if you're reaching over to grab something, it's holding you in place. I don't know how, Spanx is not a good way to describe it. I don't wear Spanx, but if you just imagine something tight on you, something keeping you upright, you're trying to bend down, it's gonna give you resistance. So it'll actually, I think, in my experience, help prevent you from kind of bending over. And if you're just reaching for something real quick, or looking to grab something real quick, or it'll help protect your back, and then it'll help keep you from making any kind of awkward or harmful movements. And so sometimes it's a pain, getting it on, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to bother with it, but it doesn't. You saw how long it took me to put it on and take it off, and it's all just Velcro. That's it. Now it's off. It does look like the WWE or WWF, whatever, or WWE now, heavyweight championship belt, kind of. It's big. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", so over 300 pounds, so it's going to be much bigger for me. But this is the one I use and I really like. And the only thing I'll point out is that this, because it's Velcro, and Velcro can be kind of like itchy on the skin. So sometimes, like right now, I just put it to show you over my shirt, but I don't always want it showing. So what I'll do is I'll take another t-shirt, wear it underneath, and I'll actually, hang on one second. I'm gonna go get you and show, or get that t-shirt and show you. Stand by. Hopefully this is still working. But actually what I do is, because when it brushes up against your skin, especially if you're out in the sun and the heat, it can start, the Velcro will start like itching and bothering your skin, and it could definitely leave some marks, especially if you have it on for a while. And then also, as you're moving around, sweating, sitting, standing, you're gonna have to adjust it. And just that whole process will start to kind of hurt, basically, if you are constantly taking the Velcro on and off. So what I do is, you can use any shirt that you want, but I get these are called Dry Equip. They're like these are like the cheap version of the poor man's version of the those really expensive Nike or Under Armour shirts, because I want something thin. So what I'll do is I'll wear this underneath my t-shirt, and then what I'll do is I'll put this on, and then I'll put the brace on over this, and then I'll put my t-shirt on, because I want a barrier between me and between my skin and the brace. This will help with any of the scratching, like from the Velcro that you might get. And then also something else that you'll notice if you use one of these, or just a brace in general, is that especially if it's hot out, you'll start sweating. Sometimes you'll just notice like a pool of sweat in your back. This thing is, it's coming around your back, and your shirt's tight, and if it's humid out or hot, it's gonna start getting wet. So I don't want that to damage or ruin the brace. And I don't know if you can wash these. I don't. I've wiped them down, that sort of thing, but I don't know if you can actually throw it in the washing machine. So I don't want it to start stinking. So it keeps the sweat off of the brace as well. And then, like I said, it helps to protect and keep you from hurting your skin, and just keeps a barrier between you and the brace. But the reason I'm showing this is because I think, honestly, if you have a bad back and you're worried about re-injury, or if you just don't want to deal with a really painful night, and you want to try to minimize the flare-ups, this is a really good way to go. They're quick, they're easy to put on, and it can make the difference between 2 weeks in bed, or God forbid, like a major blowout of a disc or whatever other damage. Like if you already have a bad back and you've already had some issues, and you know how much it sucks to get injured and to be sidelined, you want to try to prevent that from happening as much as possible. And if just getting one of these and throwing it on while you're taking out the garbage or whatever, you're moving you shouldn't be moving boxes, but if you're doing something that you think could hurt your back, it could be unloading the dishwasher. Sometimes when my back is really sore, I'll put this on, and I know that I'm close to, or I could potentially hurt myself, because I'm kind of feeling that feeling in my back when I'm about to get hurt. So I'll put this on, and psychologically it kind of gives you a feeling of a little more security in terms of being able to move and that sort of thing. I should say that don't think that this is some kind of magic brace, or you can go out and play tackle football or jump off a building or whatever, because this is just to help keep your back safe and help give you some support. Doesn't mean you can go bike 100 miles or go run a marathon or whatever. So just be careful, but it's definitely worth investing in a good brace. And like I said, I've had this for this particular one I've had for about 4 years, I think. And depending on your insurance, hopefully they'll cover it. If not, I know they can be pretty pricey, but you might want to look into like what your options are. And the last thing I'll mention is when you go to one of these clinics, and if you go to one, this is just one sort of version of these. Like I said, there's like these kind of white corset type ones that are thinner and narrower. There are all kinds that go underneath your clothes. There's different ones with straps, ones with Velcro, ones with clips. I mean, if you're looking for something that's not so bulky, obviously this is pretty, bulky. I've also had smaller versions in the past that you can put on underneath your clothes and wear more comfortably. But it's worth going in and finding someone that knows what they're doing, and you basically get fitted for one of these or something similar. And I know some people have actually a couple of these. They might have one that they use when they're driving, and they're going to be sitting for a long period of time, so they have a certain kind of brace that's not as bulky, and then they might use this if they're doing something more heavy duty, and they might just have their regular brace that they get off Amazon or whatever that they use for travel or certain things like that, just to throw in their bag. So anyway, that's like my first piece of equipment, I guess, that I use, and I'll put it in some information, so if you're interested, check it out, and good luck.